Everybody loves buying multifamily properties these days. Nobody likes those single families anymore. They're all looking for these big apartments or even maybe small apartments. I buy all of the above, but today I wanted to go over some things about some multifamily verification. So I'm Aaron Impens, and let's talk about the top 4 things to verify when you're buying those properties. Buying those, maybe it's a little bit different than buying a single family home. When you're buying a single family home, it's very straightforward. You got one property, you're walking through there, you can take a quick inspection of it, see what it's all about, and pretty much know everything that it's all about. You're going to be able to tell what kind of return it's going to make or not make, what kind of appreciation you might be able to assume that it's going to appreciate with as well, and also what kind of value it has. With multifamily, it gets a little bit more detailed. So let's talk about some things that you want to go through when you're evaluating those, or after you get one under contract, before you close on it. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is the income verification. How many times have you gone out and looked at a property and the sales ad says it brings in blah, 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 X amount of dollars, or it says potential rent of oodles and oodles of money? You know, that's how it always goes. What you want to verify is the actual income that property has been bringing in. You know, if it has the potential of bringing in $100,000 a year, but the actual has only been 65 for whatever reason, you're going to want to know that, because that's what you're going to be buying off of, and you're going to also want to try to be able to figure out why. So verify the income. Okay, what are the pieces of income? Obviously, rent is going to be late fees, maybe coin-operated washers and dryers, things like that. That's going to be income that comes in from the property. Maybe even garage rental or a storage shed of some sort. That's what you're going to want to verify. Now, I got a little sub-item here to talk about the tax returns, okay? Because someone can send you a list of all of the income that you can look at, and it's like, wow, this looks great, you know? Last month they made whatever that, I don't know what the dollar amount is, a great income, great amount of income. But if you take a deeper look and you ask for last year's tax returns or even the year prior, you can really get a feel for what that property is actually doing. Just because they tell you one thing their income is, doesn't mean that that's actually what their income is. That's why you want to verify this, and then even take a deeper dive down that road and really look at what that property is doing. It's very important, very important. The other thing is going to be your leases, okay? On a big multifamily property, you're going to have more than one lease, obviously. You're going to want to know the status of those leases. Are they new? Are they year leases, month to month? Is everybody expiring at the same time? You know, things like that. You're going to want to make sure you have all of that information. Obviously, when you buy the property, you're going to want to be able to know the tenants that you're getting. You know, then this information is going to come with the leases. When you're buying this property, they're going to hold deposits as well. This will be part of the income statement, or it should show on that statement. It's not technically income, but you verify those leases against the deposits that they say they have as well too. Make sure that you're getting the correct deposits transferred to you also on sale. So verify those leases. Determine what kind of tenant you have, what kind of terms you have as well. All right, next one, expenses. Obviously, this is a pretty simple one and should be checked on pretty much every property that you're going to buy, but you're going to want to know what kind of expenses this property is producing. Is it something that is kicking out a 30% expense rate? You know, are your repairs 10%? Are your repairs 20%? You know, is that total expense rate all the way up to $50,000 because the property is in disrepair and has been run down and constant maintenance going in and out of there constantly? This is, again, something that you want to verify. You want to look at what their expense report is. Now, I want to tie this expenses into their returns as well, because obviously on the tax returns, they're going to show the income, the real income, and they're also going to show their expenses. So not only can you verify this based on what they provide you, but verify this by asking for those tax returns so you really get a good feel. Okay, the last one, I put COC dash condition. So where I'm locally at, they have a COC, which is a certificate of compliance. So the city comes in, does a certificate of compliance inspection. What they'll do is give you a list of things that you need to fix before it's in compliance, and you have to fix those, and that's part of the negotiation when you buy. Usually, any repairs needed for the COC is at the seller's expense. Okay, so just know that, and that can be a negotiation tactic to help make your offer a little stronger. You say, hey, I want to cover some of these expenses, so on and so forth. But really what that ties into is the condition of the property. You know, take an overall look at the property, check the roofs, check the mechanicals, furnace, air conditioner, water heaters, things like that. You want to get a good feel for the overall condition, whether that be that's something that you can do, that you're good at, or you bring in an inspector to figure that stuff out. Either way, it doesn't matter, but it's something very good to know. Okay, that's all I got for you today. It's pretty quick. I hope this helps, guys. If you got anything that you want to know from me, or some questions more about this, maybe some more detail, leave it in the comments, shoot me a message, let's get together, we can talk about it, and anything else that I can go over, we'll do in some future videos as well. Appreciate you watching, we'll see you guys next time.